With the new discovery of gold on January 24th, 1848 in Sutter Creek, California, by a carpenter by the name of James W. Marshall. This brought a new sense of the way of life for many. As the news spread from coast to coast, these initial findings encouraged the average white man and others to make the trip out to California for the hopes of finding riches, so that they would be able to gain profit to not only benefit themselves, but also the lives of others. A gold fever had swept the nation and had become the talk of the country over the next couple of years. The discovery had sparked a new wave of interest for the life in California, because the finding of gold could be equivalent to the amount of money at the time did working for 10 years on a local plot of farmland. Among that group, many came from all parts of the United States. Also, many Chinese immigrants had embarked on the journey on boat in hopes of finding yellow, shiny gold. Many, however, did not capture the desired result, finding gold had become a false hope for many. Instead, much more was brought out while living in the California gold mines. I still remember the exact days which I decided to depart to live life in California gold mines mid-February of 1849. I sat on that wagon the entire 1,950 miles, curious and excited of my new future of finding gold and becoming rich. It was the slowest, boring 6 months of my life. The same old stale sourdough bread left my mouth desperate for sweet, rich taste of an apple pie. Smallpox spread along the other members of our group, making the trip even more miserable than it already is. My dear friend William, a neighbor of mine back home at the farmhouse, was not able to make it all the way to California. Unfortunately, he died due to the terrible virus smallpox. I found myself hopeless many times along the way. Sickening conditions in the climate along with the environment made it difficult taking the overland route. Keeping in mind about the fact that I have invested all my past earnings to contribute toward this trip. Keeping in mind my children and wife back home on the farm in Bloomington, Illinois, hoping I would be able to see them in years to come. Fast forward a couple years in the year's 1852, and once again I have yet to find anything but the devastating fact of reality that the gold out here in California is not as easy to come by as it seems. The daily work is backbreaking and exhausting, and disease within the mines has spread like wildfire. Various workers I have worked with have faced death, and even that ringing memory that has been placed into the back of my head. Day to day I drag the thought in my mind, hoping I am not the next victim. My 15-hour workdays of wheelbarrowing dirt and moving boulders bigger than my house leaves me to the point of exhaustion. Every day I spend my time hammering away into the ground, hoping of striking gold. The only gold I have ever seen is the golden horizon that fills the sky. While living in the mine, I keep in my heart the news of the first discovery by James W. Marshall. Hoping soon I would find gold and use those riches to better the lives of my family and our future. The number of different races here is causing for me to be flustered about them trying to steal my opportunity to hit big. Asians and natives are getting pushed out by us whites. Overhearing an angry white male speaking to an Asian, "You filthy bastard, if you don't leave mine, I'll bury you alive." From what I have observed from the life in the mines, the racial prejudice towards the Chinese and the local Native Americans is at an all-time high. I hope the government continues to tax these Chinese gold mine diggers at high rates to get them to leave. That way other white settlers and I get the riches before these irrelevant immigrants.